Everybody wear her age and her name.
Right.
Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
And I want to take her to the hall when we had the baby shower if they did birthday.
We probably do some.
Cause Imani donated. Imani donated for me. But I need some paint and I need some. Well, she doing decorating her cake. She knows that people know how to do it.
Right. We can probably do it at the Anderson Hall where I was.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
At the Anderson Richmond Center, right across from Ojibwe.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Because Imani know all the information. I'll show you how you do it.
Prince Daniel in the building.
How much they pay?
What's up, man? Huh?
How much they pay for this?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
I want to do her outfit and get her picture, birthday picture.
What's good, bro? I know you ready, right? Man, nothing much. Drinking some coffee. Ready to get this season started, man. That's why I'm waiting on everybody to drop.
You already posted this already?
That's why I'm waiting on everybody to drop. Yeah, I drink coffee.
I drink coffee sometimes. Not all the time.
Come on, y'all. Come on in. What you up to, though? Now, wait, hold on, man. What made you think that I drink champagne? What made you think I drink champagne? Nah, I mean, I used to, but it don't go down smooth for me. I don't drink champagne. I may drink like Moscato or something like that, but nah.
Champagne gets you drunk.
Not for real.
They get you tipsy.
It'll get you buzzed, but not enough to feel it.
You don't want to know.
Leo in the building. What's good, Brody?
I'm about to listen. I'm about to listen to TikTok. I'm about to listen to TikTok.
Okay.
Y'all better not watch me walk away. Did you see that? Did y'all see that?
Your auntie drank Moscato?
Chris, did you see that? Your friend is hitting me.
JB in the building. What's up, homie? What's up, James? James in the building. Y'all ready? Let's get this season started. What's up, Leo? Got my boy James in the building. JB in the building. Prince Daniel in the building. Let's get it. No, it's all good, man. Do you? Oh, for real? That's what's up, Prince.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I didn't know my everybody.
Y'all see it? This the team right here, baby. Y'all see it? I appreciate the like, man. Let's get it.
Two veteran quarterbacks looking for a return to the playoffs. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, two teams who stayed home for the playoffs last year start 2019 with high hopes. We'll see Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime with a look at games in progress. But first, we get up to Minneapolis. Standing by our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then
What's
again,
up,
it is
Vince?
still summer. Either way, the AC is
Vince in
working
the
just fine
building.
at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the
What you
Vikings
talking
were
about?
introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football.
No, I ain't
as the
seeing nothing.
Vikings
What you
get
talking about,
ready to
Vince?
do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. So happy to be with you, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. And we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a
what
big
make you
way.
what make you
Some
think that?
superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL. In addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
Put me something in the bowl too, baby.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Falcons heading out, Matt Ryan leading the way. No quarterback has thrown for more passing yards in the first 11 years of a career than Matt Ryan has, better than 46,000. Last year he added 4,900 more to the total, actually 4,924 to be exact, which, by the way, is just 20 yards fewer than his MVP season of 2016. First down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Oh, come on.
Incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here now the offensive starters for Atlanta.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
Looking deep for, it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 73 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 8-year NFL veteran, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Oh, that broke up.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Yeah.
And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
Daniel.
I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Cousins.
Yes, it's me, Prince Daniel.
Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 3rd down. Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
Last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
I think they're going to have to make some decisions here. That's a 2nd fumble here in the first quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
I know.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Woo! Let's go Falcons.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Minnesota. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Desmond Trufant has made a great reputation in a short amount of time in the NFL. A lockdown corner that most teams don't attempt to try.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter of 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Unwanted player, what's
so on
up?
4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta.
How you doing today?
Fielded at the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 59 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone.
What's the name of that song?
I'll try to find out what it is.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The name of that song was Heart
The
Attack.
Vikings now heading onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offensive backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Thanks, Henry.
Take it at the 37.
I know, right?
Terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They toss to Freeman. And some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys continue to pour it on. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him.
I'm going to try to give y'all 2 games today.
What I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggles.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Shout out to the people in the chat, man.
The Vikings have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. The Vikings winning 19 of those games. But
shout out to the people who just coming in.
Between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation. And then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27. And they were off to the Super Bowl. They go play action. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And that'll come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware.
And I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Matt, a.k.a. International Gamer, man. Shout out to him.
Explodes. Look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Falcons grab it.
What's up, Prince? I'm glad you're still here, man.
It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting nowhere to go here. He lost
another fumble.
And the Falcons grab it. That he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. This is becoming quite
That's it. I think we still got about another quarter or two to go through.
Wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for it. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, you know, he had that weight of
What's up,
expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play.
Hey, I gave you a shout out in my live stream, man.
Loose and free and help his team out.
Let's see if he can do just that. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No, I gave you a shout out.
10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins.
Yeah, the best handles I know.
And down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that,
I'm not tip cracker.
I gave you a shout out on the screen.
The Vikings are just terrible at winning. But I cheered them on anyway.
What you up to? What you streaming?
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Let him know.
3rd and long for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins
All
lost
right,
the football.
full time. I'll stop through.
Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Let's go. Touchdown, Falcons.
Let me finish up this stream and now I'll come through. You go live.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up your mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. No going for 2.
But I cheer the Vikings on anyway.
And the route is on.
His channel is called International Gamer.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Jack. No. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Go put some more on it. Now. Leave that light on. Jackie. No.
Yes.
Go change your shirt. Put some more on it.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. 2nd quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah,
he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
If I can, I'm going to show y'all. Hold on.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Hold on, y'all. If I can't find it, I'm gonna have to wait until he goes live, and I'll try to find it then.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Yeah, it's only the second quarter.
The Vikings on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd and 11 now, Cousins. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but 2nd quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 16.
Straight cruise through.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
Can anyone type in Falcons if you think the Atlanta Falcons are the best team?
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now we move our
I can't
focus
find
to
him right now, but
hasn't had his best day to this
I'm
point
gonna try
here
to
in the
find
second
him a
quarter.
little
They're
bit
losing.
later.
You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I know, right? Go put some on the shirt.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field.
That's what's up, man.
They're starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17.
Oh, he was going to go all the way until they got him out.
I didn't know where the deodorant was at.
No doubt what is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan.
Oh!
This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so it just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And an alley to run. The 20. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns.
I'm going to try to give y'all 2 games today.
Continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
I know, right?
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, Cousins again. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. There he goes, left side. And this is going to be brought back. It's a
Oh, yeah. I love me some football, too. I also like basketball.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
I appreciate you hanging with me, Anointed Prayer.
Two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out, looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night.
I know, right?
Later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
I stream every Sunday, so you got to come through.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Oh! I think he was doing something.
Past midfield, almost.
You think he was doing something?
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Cousins the thrower, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Cousins, and that's incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain it?
He knows a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe never.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, picturing the...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5
I know, right? I wish I could.
Against an NFL caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. A try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin up in Charlotte, where the defending NFC champs pay a visit to Carolina. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. Cam Newton's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Redskins. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front. As we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Falcons, Falcons, Falcons.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Right?
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm glad they ain't got no injuries neither.
For this offensive line, they're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. That's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 57 yards. Excellent execution. And
First
now they're
and
set up
goal,
nicely.
right where we need to be.
Ever. Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll look to run with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out.
I would like for you to use my channel name.
5, we were wondering if we would see
you know, there is my name, but use my channel name.
6th touchdown in this game.
Let's face it, we can go ahead and lose our objectivity here, can't we?
Our channel name is Living with the Mayhem.
Great records in the NFL.
And we all know
6 touchdown runs in a game against
the Atlanta Falcons is number 1.
Let's go down there and carry him off the field ourselves. We should do that.
Get his autograph after the game. I know that much.
Don't forget, I know you. Selfie.
M.A.
Oh, yeah,
what is that?
We'll do a group selfie.
There you go.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3.
Yeah, I know, right, Prince?
They're just looking for anything.
But, I mean, it's all good. There ain't no problem.
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean,
no, they're different, Prince.
To the defensive player.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
I'm surprised you don't go live, man.
Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He'll take it at the 42.
Ain't going that way. Oh!
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road should be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
Tackle made by Everson Griffin. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. He'll be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Ryan looking in zone for Jones. Julio Jones, 41 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going
I know, right?
that type of Well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
What you talking about, Prince?
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
We almost in fourth quarter, y'all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
So close my team back too.
For a flag there offensively, several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Fighting through it, he's got space. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Turning into a really good performance on the road, week 1. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it.
Oh.
Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd and short. Another wayward pass. Yeah, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
I ain't doing shit. I'm live right now.
All that does
I'm live right
is
now.
embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Vikings.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sideline. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Thank you, Falcons. Thank you. Thank you.
5 on the return.
And
the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit.
I don't know. I might never try to score.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg
loose
right now. Kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position. He loved the punt defense.
Looking downfield.
There we go.
Oh, this is
Let's go, Julio. Julio Jones all the way, baby.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Yeah, man, that was some goofy ass shit I heard you last
passes
night.
on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
Yeah, you did.
So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases
it was
of the
on
game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coach.
I know. That was yesterday.
As he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
No, I'm just saying.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
I'm trying to do 2 games today.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And right now these guys are shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1.
I know. I ain't going to try to let them score
either. Made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
They just getting whooped left and right.
One after try, forthcoming.
We got 3 minutes in the 4th quarter.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone.
Fumble recovery for TD.
And now out comes Minnesota. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A first down throw for Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
It's 2:07 here in Michigan right now. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all 2 games. I'm gonna give y'all the game here, and then I'm gonna come back probably around like 5 or 6 o'clock.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins over the middle. It's incomplete.
I think this
So I'm going to come back.
This is one where you just say, let's move on.
I'm going to finish this one up, and then I'm going to come back around 5 or 6 o'clock for a second game.
Act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them. But they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Oh!
It still won't go down.
Oh!
So
okay, number 38. Okay, number 30. I see you moving.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Boy, they're moving, ain't he? Number 38 said he moving. He on curve. He going to that. He going to that.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Airing it out, looking for. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Number 18 with the touchdown, baby.
Into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Let's go Falcons. Let's go. Let's go Falcons. Let's go.
Continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune?
Falcons are on one today, y'all.
Lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
I know, right? Anointed prayer.
Connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And they're able to get the connection on the
y'all love kicking with the Mayhem game. Let me see them hashtags. Hashtag Mayhem game. Y'all still kicking with us.
Hashtag Mayhem Gang number 1. He said it. Did it, you dad?
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way.
I appreciate that, Anointed prayer.
Hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins now. And his throw here is incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 3rd down.
What the
The
hell?
frustration is definitely
Chris,
setting
what
in
is you
because
on?
they've thrown it to him over and over.
I said hashtag Mayhem game, not whatever you just put.
Challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. The safety Keanu Neal there to knock that one free.
There was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense.
Y'all make sure y'all come back for the 2nd game.
A terrific return. 30
I'm going to go back live around 5 o'clock, so y'all make sure y'all come back.
Drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On 1st down, Ryan looking deep for Julio. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder.
No, you do it, Prince.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
No, I don't know, because I'm in Michigan.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
Hold on, let me find out.
This will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose
the
field
Eastern
position
time
as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one.
Okay.
He's going to rest the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
So come back around 3 o'clock.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So if I go live at 5, you come back at 3.
3rd down. Now they face a 3rd
Prince, that means you too. Everybody else that came in today, y'all try to come back.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Fielded just inside the 20. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Okay, Prayer. Okay, Prince. Y'all try to make it back, man. I'll be here.
Football as we welcome you back.
I'll be here about 5 o'clock. We're going back live.
After having time to talk it over. Ryan looking in zone for Jones. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown.
That's cool.
And the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Vikings. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coach.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins, and he's going to go.
I know, they haven't scored a point for nothing, bro.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by
interception in the final 40 seconds.
The 34-yard line.
interceptions in the final 40.
Recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act.
Get
An
off
interception.
me.
Good way for them to. And they
Woo!
are
Touchdown again. Touchdown again.
They just add to their
Touchdown in the final 39 seconds.
Are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never
like,
seen before.
Get off me.
Just think,
He
if he
said,
keeps
get
every
off me.
football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy rooms.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. An update now. They've gone final in Jacksonville, and it was the Chiefs who emerged victorious. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
I know, you probably would. I would have too. I would have left in the second or third. I'm like, you know what, this is terrible.
They're playing for
This
pride.
is terrible. I got to go.
That's all that's left because victory,
For real, though.
not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call
into a double team,
another
it's
interception.
Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return will stop right
I'm
around
talking
the
about
25.
a Vikings fan.
How about one last great play defensively?
Where you from, Anointed Prayer? Where you from?
Finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate. I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get to...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here.
Oh, you from South Carolina. So you must be a Carolina Panthers fan.
This late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts.
Okay. I got an uncle that stays in Arizona.
To use here in the final
He's up in Arizona, right probably next door to
kick the
you.
extra point.
He's in Arizona too.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Oh man, I would hate to say, I'm gonna have to see when this game is over. I'm gonna have to see if the Falcons face the Panthers in this fourth franchise year.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it
My
away.
Falcons already won 3 Lombardi trophies since the third franchise year. This is their 4th franchise year going into the Super Bowl.
They are down big.
They got maybe this is their
they so defeated at this
week
point, you just want to get the
1,
locker room,
which
get
is
the heck out of
their
here.
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes
fourth
coach,
year
that's it,
week.
okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now.
Go ahead.
Let's get out of here. No one
This
gets
is
hurt.
their 4th year
Others will
week.
look at it and say, we still have an
So
opportunity to do
pretty
something.
much they'll be going into
execution as you look forward and
16.
get ready for your next game.
Because you know it's like 17 weeks for each game. So right now they're in 16 weeks.
Finish this thing out.
An
After
incomplete
this.
pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown.
Oh, okay.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Stop
Now
that.
for the point after.
She just ate cereal just a minute ago, and then chips after that.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
It's only 2.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
18 seconds on the clock.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I know,
now
right?
Here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. Really, the only thing left here to figure out is whether or not they can finish off this shutout, because the game, that's out of the question.
And unlike baseball, where you never mention the possibility of a no-hitter until it actually occurs, in this case, they can see a shutout is within grasp. That's what they're talking about out there right now. Don't give up any points. Let's finish this thing off.
How big is that for a defense to take a shutout into the next week?
It's absolutely huge. You just feel better about everything that you do, everything about your teammates, everything about your squad. It's massive.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Cousins.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over. Game over.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Zip.
So
Vikings
for the
are going
Falcons,
in with a sad lose,
for a
man.
better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener.
Okay. Let's see here. We're going to upgrade our players. And we're going to see what their schedule is going to be. We're going to go to team schedule. Let's see. And you say you're a Carolinas fan, right? So we got week 2 for the Eagles versus the Falcons. Indianapolis Colts, Titans, Texans, Arizona, Rams. You got the Seahawks. And week 9, we got a bye week. Week 10, we face New Orleans. Oh, snap. Week 11, we face the Panthers. Then we got the Buccaneers. You got New Orleans again. We got the Panthers at week 14. We got San Francisco at week 15. We got Jacksonville Jaguars again at week 16. And the final game will be the Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, I know. That's going to be the next game.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Oh, no, not the training. No, I don't want to do training.
You've made your game plan, choose to
okay. I did not want to go through training. Okay, we're going to skip that. So, okay, guys, when I come back at 5 o'clock, which is 3 o'clock your time at Anointed Prayer. At 5 o'clock, it will be Atlanta Falcons versus Philadelphia Eagles. And this will be week 2. So I hope all you guys come back and enjoy a week 2 of Madden football live stream franchise year for the Falcons. This will be an exciting game. Let's see what the Philadelphia Eagles have in store for us in week 2. So I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate everybody that came through the chat and hanging out with the Mayhands. So with that being said, y'all, peace, love, and respect. And we'll see you guys soon.